April Fool's Day is a global tradition of pranking and joking around that takes place on the 1st of April every year. While the origins of the holiday are unclear, the modern practice involves playing harmless tricks on friends, family, and strangers, often designed to make them laugh or confuse them. In recent years, the rise of the internet and social media has multiplied the opportunities to stage and share elaborate hoaxes and spoofs that can reach millions of people within seconds. In this episode, we will explore some of the best internet April Fool's Day pranks that have gone viral and captured our attention. From fake products to interactive games to parodies of popular services, these pranks prove that humor is a powerful tool to connect, entertain, and surprise us. Get ready to laugh, wonder, and maybe even learn something new. Let's dive in. In 2012, Google announced a new way to type emails on your smartphone with Morse code, called Gmail Tap. The idea was presented as a solution to smartphone keyboard limitations. Users would have to input their messages using two buttons. Each letter and symbol is represented by a series of dots and dashes in the Morse code. What was initially thought to be a serious product offering turned out to be a massive April Fool's Day prank that Google played on its users. The engaging video ad convinced many people that Gmail Tap was a legitimate product. Gmail Tap was marketed as an ergonomic solution to the keyboard limitations on smartphones. The app made use of only two keys, so it was easier for users to type out an email on their smartphones. The app's UI featured only two buttons, one that represented a dot and another that represented a dash, and users would have to create Morse code combinations to type out words, an activity that Google thought would be fun and engaging for its users. The engaging video ad showed two different people swiping letters and symbols across their screens with ease, and it was accompanied by a catchy tune that kept repeating the app's tagline. Gmail Tap's release coincided with a time when Morse code was not a popular means of communication. The app's popularity contributed to a renewed interest in Morse code among some people. The prank may have been an elaborate marketing stunt, but it helped many people understand and appreciate the unique patterns and rhythms that Morse code can convey. In the end, the Gmail Tap prank was an excellent reminder that technology can bring people together and get them interested in things they never thought they would be. It was April Fool's Day, 2011. Reddit, the popular online discussion site, announced that it was launching a new feature to reward users for good behavior and discourage bad behavior. The feature was called Reddit Mold. The concept was simple. Users accumulate points by being helpful and active contributors to the site. Other users could use their points to mold other users' comments. Each mold would make the comment more difficult to read by adding text in a gray or green color that was difficult to distinguish from the background color of the site. The more a comment was molded, the harder it was to read. If a comment received enough molds, it would become unreadable for a day. The idea behind Reddit Mold was to create a fun new way to encourage positive behavior on the site while also allowing users to express their frustrations with negative behavior by molding comments they disliked. The colorful and unappealing visuals of the mold made the entire concept even more engaging. The response to Reddit Mold was immediate and overwhelming. Users loved the concept and began awarding and receiving molds in droves. Within hours, the front page of Reddit was filled with moldy comments. Many users scrambled to find ways to avoid getting molded and still contribute to the site. The one-day feature was a huge success, and the community loved the new site addition. The fun, engaging feature perfectly captured the spirit of April Fool's Day, adding more joy and humor to the site. Even though it was a prank, the impact and the memory of the Reddit Mold prank still remain with the Reddit community today. Reddit Mold was a fun and engaging way for users to earn points, mold comments and engage with the site. The better the user's behavior, the higher the number of points accumulated, and the more influence they had to mold other users' comments. The impact of Reddit Mold was significant and immediate. First, the colorful and eye-catching design of the mold drew users' attention and made the feature more attractive to use. The colors of the mold, green and gray, were unique, and users loved the visuals. Second, the point system was a smart way to encourage positive behavior on the site. Many users reported seeing an uptick in supportive, helpful comments, leveling up discussions and contributing to a better experience for everyone. However, Reddit mold wasn't all about positivity. Some users used their points to mold comments for arbitrary reasons or to target someone they didn't like. Many users also expressed their frustration that the site element only lasted for a day, and that they could not keep molding comments indefinitely. Nevertheless, the one-day feature was a huge success, with users still fondly remembering the fun and engaging feature today. The end result was a success for Reddit. They managed to create a unique, fun, and rewarding way for users to interact, while also improving the quality of comments and discussions on the site. Reddit mold was just one of the many internet April Fool's Day pranks that caught our attention over the years. In fact, April Fool's Day is a yearly event when sites and popular brands indulge in their silly and humorous sides. Here are some of the other internet April Fool's Day pranks that caught our attention. 1. Google Knows. In 2013, Google announced the launch of a new feature called Google Knows. The site claimed that users could search for smells, and the search results would include relevant information about the smell, along with an option to smell that searched item. 2. Netflix Original Rotisserie Chicken. In 2017, Netflix produced a reality TV show called Netflix Original Rotisserie Chicken. The show consisted of nothing but a single rotisserie chicken cooking for 8 hours, to be enjoyed by viewers as a background show. 3. The King of Burger Kingdom. Back in 2007, YouTube decided to prank its users by putting an upside-down button on the video player. Whenever viewers clicked on that button, it would appear as though everything was flipped upside down. These are just a few of the other funny and creative pranks that the internet has come up with over the years. April Fool's Day is a time for the sites and brands we love to let their inner jokesters run wild, and we can't wait to see what they come up with next. In 2015, Google Maps did something that turned everyone's mundane everyday activities into a fun and addictive game. It turned into a playable Pac-Man game. Users could select any location on the map and turn it into a maze with pellets, power-ups, and ghosts. The game had smooth and intuitive gameplay, making it easily accessible to anyone who liked playing Pac-Man. The design was particularly impressive. The streets and roads of the location are turned into the Pac-Man maze, with all the iconic elements like Pac-Dots, power pellets, and energizers. And that's not all. The game wasn't just limited to desktop computers. The game was mobile-friendly, making it possible to play Pac-Man while exploring your own neighborhood on your mobile phone or tablet. The game became particularly popular among college students, with many universities turning their campuses into play areas for students to compete against each other. The game, in many ways, was a genius marketing strategy by Google, as it showed the world the possibilities of their software. The gameplay of Pac-Man on Google Maps was smooth and intuitive, making it easy for anyone to waste time while exploring their neighborhood. The game had all the classic features of Pac-Man, including the ability to collect Pac-Dots, power pellets, and energizers. When players would eat energizers, they could hunt down and consume ghosts, making it a fun and competitive experience to see who could get the highest score. One of the best parts of the game was the creative level design. From famous landmarks to quiet suburbs, every location on the map had its unique flavor to offer. Players could choose to stick with a classic rectangular playing field or take on locations with winding roads or complex layouts. Even the methods for navigating were diverse, with different maps offering unique challenges like one-way roads to navigate or dead ends to avoid. Playing with friends was also a fun experience. Players could share a link on social media or send an invite to friends to join in on the fun. The addition of leaderboards allowed people to see how they matched up against others around the world. Overall, the gameplay experience was enjoyable, accessible, and immersive. Pac-Man on Google Maps was an instant hit among users worldwide. The game was entertaining and addictive, leading people to play for hours. In fact, it was so addictive that many players reported using it as a way to procrastinate or take a break from work. The game quickly became a viral sensation, with people sharing their customized mazes on social media and inviting friends to play together. In addition to the instantaneous popularity, Pac-Man on Google Maps also had a significant impact on businesses in various locations. Many businesses reported an increase in foot traffic after they were featured in the game, which turned their storefronts and streets into mazes for players. For example, businesses near famous landmarks or tourist destinations saw a boost in their revenue after people discovered or rediscovered them through the game. This impact, in turn, gave people a glimpse of the potential marketing opportunities that could be unlocked through Google Maps. Finally, the game touched the hearts of many people who grew up in the 80s, as it reminded them fondly of the iconic arcade game that they had grown up with. And for younger generations, it introduced a new way of playing a game within their familiar surroundings. Overall, Pac-Man on Google Maps was a fun and refreshing game that made everyone's day a little more entertaining and blew up the internet on April Fool's Day. In 2017, Amazon released a parody video showcasing a new feature for their Alexa device, a version that could understand and talk to pets. They called it Petlexa. If you're a pet owner, you've probably caught yourself wondering what your furry friend is thinking or trying to say. Well, Amazon's joke was that they had developed a device that would allow pets to communicate with their owners through Alexa. The video featured dogs, cats, and birds interacting with the device, asking for walks, food, and toys, and Alexa understanding their barks, meows, and chirps. It was a hilarious take on a familiar technology and quickly went viral. Even though we all knew that it was just a prank, it was hard not to picture the possibility of such a device becoming a reality. In this segment, we'll delve deeper into Amazon Alexa Petlexa, the April Fool's Day prank that left all the pet owners chuckling. April Fool's Day is a popular holiday where people play practical jokes and hoaxes on their friends, family, and coworkers. Companies have also become increasingly involved in the festivities, with Google, Reddit, and Amazon being some of the biggest pranksters. In 2017, Amazon released a video on YouTube promoting a new addition to the Alexa product line, Petlexa. The video showed dogs, cats, and birds using voice commands to order food, toys, and even request walks. The key selling point was that Petlexa could understand and interpret barks, meows, and chirps. It even had a "wag to order" option, where your dog could order treats by wagging its tail. Although the video was an April Fool's joke, it was very convincing and left many pet owners wanting to try it for real. Amazon has continued to release humorous videos for April Fool's Day each year, but their Petlexa prank undoubtedly stands out as one of the most popular and memorable ones. The Petlexa prank was a huge hit, with over 1.6 million views on YouTube within a week of its release. The video resonated with pet owners all over the world, who saw the humor in imagining their pets using technology to communicate with them. It also introduced Alexa to a wider audience, as many people who had never heard of the device before watched the video because of the pet aspect. The Petlexa prank got picked up by numerous news outlets and social media, becoming the talk of the town for a few days. However, it's important to remember that it was just a joke, and as much as we love our pets and would like to believe they can communicate with us, we should take it with a grain of salt. Overall, the Amazon Alexa Petlexa prank was a lighthearted and creative way to get people talking and laughing. And that's what makes it a great April Fool's Day prank. Netflix is known for producing some of the best original programming on television. In 2017, the streaming giant took things to the next level with a new show called Netflix Live. Unlike most shows, Netflix Live wasn't scripted or pre-recorded. Instead, it was shot in real time and involved actor Will Arnett making fun of whatever popped up on his screen. The goal of Netflix Live was to create an experimental new format that combated the loneliness and unpredictability of modern life. The show was made to look like a live-streamed variety show, complete with a live audience. While some viewers enjoyed the absurdity of the concept, others were confused and disappointed by the lack of actual content. However, Netflix Live was an April Fool's Day prank, and it was never intended to provide anything more than a few laughs. Despite this, many fans saw the potential in the format and began to speculate about whether Netflix Live would eventually become a regular show. Unfortunately, Netflix Live was just a one-time gag, and there are no plans for a follow-up at this time. The reactions to Netflix Live were mixed. Some people found the show to be a refreshing break from the norm, with the live aspect of the show allowing for a level of unpredictability and spontaneity that isn't present in most pre-recorded shows. Others, however, were confused by the lack of structure and disappointed by the lack of actual content. Several media outlets reported on the show, with some criticizing it as a pointless distraction and others praising it as a fun and innovative experiment. There were also questions about whether Netflix Live was actually live or if it was pre-recorded. In an interview with Fast Company, Will Arnett confirmed that the show was, in fact, live and that there were no pre-recorded segments. This added an extra layer of excitement for viewers, as they knew that literally anything could happen on the show. Despite the mixed reactions, Netflix Live was a massive success for Netflix, as it generated significant buzz and got people talking about the platform once again. The show was a testament to the creativity and ingenuity of the Netflix team, as it showed that they were willing to take risks and experiment with new formats in order to keep their audience engaged and entertained. Netflix Live was created as an April Fool's Day prank, and as such, it was designed to be a bit of a joke. However, the prank was also surprisingly effective, as it generated a lot of buzz and got people talking about Netflix once again. The fact that the format of the show was so different from the norm also helped to set it apart and create a sense of excitement and unpredictability. But the effectiveness of the prank also raises some larger questions about the role of April Fool's Day in our culture. Some people love the holiday and see it as an opportunity to be silly and lighthearted, while others think it's a pointless distraction and wish it would go away altogether. In the case of Netflix Live, it's clear that the prank was a success. However, it's worth considering whether April Fool's Day pranks are always a good thing. On the one hand, they can provide a much-needed break from the monotony of everyday life and remind us not to take ourselves too seriously. On the other hand, they can also be confusing and even hurtful, especially if they involve playing tricks on people or making fun of things that aren't funny. Ultimately, whether or not April Fool's Day is a good thing depends on your perspective. But there's no denying that Netflix Live was an effective and entertaining prank that got a lot of people talking. And that, folks, concludes our exploration of the best internet April Fool's Day pranks. We hope you enjoyed these hilarious and creative examples of how humor can make the world a brighter place, if only temporarily. As we've seen, the internet has opened up endless possibilities for pranking, from interactive games to fake news to outrageous products. However, not all pranks are created equal, and some can cause harm or offend people. That's why it's important to use our sense of humor wisely, and to respect others' feelings and boundaries. At the end of the day, laughter is a powerful medicine that can boost our immune system, reduce our stress levels, and increase our social connections. So don't be afraid to laugh out loud, share a joke, or even play a harmless prank every now and then. Thank you for watching Brainwaves, and we'll see you soon for more insightful and entertaining content.